G'day viewers, a little bit different, doing some chat with Mistress M this week. And we're going to talk about internet dating because people ask about it and we both have personal experience with it.
Many years of experience.
As does Ms. Angry, who's joining in with what we're doing but would prefer to stay off camera, so you might hear her voice too. So this will be some practical advice about internet dating based on practical experience.
Now, the first thing that one of the reasons we brought this up was Ms. Angry pointed out that a lot of people have a negative perception of internet dating. They go, oh, they're all freaks, they're all liars, they're all married, they're all, you know, blobby aliens from outer space. And no more so than the people you meet in a nightclub or a pub.
That's the main thing I always want to say to people. Like, they say, oh, on the internet, you don't know if someone's lying. As opposed to the drunk you met in a pub or a club. They always tell the truth.
Especially the ones who say, no, I didn't put every hypnol in your drink.
So, my personal opinion is internet dating is certainly no worse than real life dating. You're not putting yourself in a worse risk of someone lying or hiding something from you.
In fact, if you're savvy about it and sensible about it, you can actually be safer than going out and drinking and carrying on in public and just going home with some stranger. But it is about being aware and being alert and starting to learn to read between the lines. Just as when you're in the pub, you try and work out whether that guy with the slicked back hair and all the gold chains is going to be a good bet, especially when the tan line around the wedding finger is showing. You know, you learn to read between the lines on the internet as well, and it's the same. You just need to read the profiles carefully.
Yeah, and be sure about what you want to. That's one of the main things I thought. You actually get that vetting stage, so use it. When you're meeting someone in a pub or a club, you might start being attracted to them and it goes on a certain point, and a fair bit down the track, you find out something about them you don't like. Whether it's they have kids or they're a smoker.
Or a golfer.
Yeah, you know.
On the internet, they'll say that straight away, and you can immediately go, oh my God, no. We will not be having men wearing those outfits in our house.
Yeah, and so don't be shy about if someone contacts you with whatever the particular dating site does with the thing they do to express interest, the wink, the nudge, the kiss, or whatever they call it. Don't be shy about saying, oh, no thanks. Yeah. But don't be a jerk about it. Whether you're male or female, don't be obnoxious about it.
Absolutely. Just say no thank you. And yeah, again, I will reiterate, say no thank you. Don't feel obliged to email back, to contact, because you'll get 100 idiots that contact you, male or female, that are just fishing. They're just trawling. They're sending out kisses to 100 people a day. They haven't read your profile. They don't know what you're about. They've just gone, oh, click, oh, click, oh, click. So don't feel bad about saying no to the people that are inappropriate. If you've said, I don't want hairy, right-wing, bearded, balded men, and you get a hairy, right-wing, balded, bearded man contacting you, feel free to say, no, did you read my profile? Bugger off. That one you're allowed to, because he hasn't read it.
Not a reference to me, by the way. I'm not right-wing. So, there you go.
See, my dad has a beard, so beards for me, bit of an issue. Yeah.
So for all the people who have a fairly shallow view of the world, who always ask if Mistress M and I are an item, no, the beard rules me out. Okay.
Not that there's anything wrong with them, just not my preference. Okay.
And so yeah, I mean, I know. In all seriousness, we have both internet dated for quite a while, and okay, I'm going to make an admission here. I have never once, ever picked up in a bar or a club. Pre-internet days, I would meet people at parties, be introduced by friends, all those sorts of things. But I have never been able to start a conversation with a complete stranger in a nightclub type situation that I want to get it on with. The internet, if I'm at least slightly introverted, despite the persona I put out there, in real life, I'm at least slightly introverted. The internet is awesome for introverts, because introverts aren't all freaks. And giving you that little bit of barrier of, I can start to work out if this person's likely to work out for me, it's absolutely awesome.
And you know what? It works the opposite way as well. I have no problem, and I'm not trying to boast here, I have never had a problem picking up in bars, clubs, nightclubs, etc. I'm outgoing, I talk a lot, I have a few drinks, I will talk to any guy, anywhere. If I go, oh, that guy over there is hot, I'll go and talk to him. I'll buy him a drink. I have never had a problem picking up. The problem is, although I've had great nights from that, I've not necessarily had great relationships from that. Because, quite seriously, it's like, that's hot, I'll take that home. What the hell are you still doing here? We've finished now. Go. And, you know, I'll find out that they're Mormons, or that they don't do cunnilingus, or they don't like cats, or they want kids immediately, or, you know, things like that. And I'll find that out the next morning. It's like, oh God, just go away now. Whereas with the internet, you have time to find out that they do smoke, they don't smoke, they don't want kids, they do want kids, they don't like cats, they, you know, all that stuff. And it actually eliminates a whole bunch of crap if you do it carefully and properly. Now, the other mistake I used to make, or fun thing, don't go for drinks on the first meet. Don't go for dinner on the first meet, because that same thing will happen again where you have a few drinks, you'll get comfortable, all seems nice, you think you know them better than you do because you've been emailing. Just go for a coffee.
That's the number one tip. And that's the other magic thing about internet dating. If it seems okay, you go for a coffee. That's like, if it goes badly, that's a half hour you have to put up with.
And $3.50.
Yeah. And it's over and you're out and you go, hey, I'll drop you a line online. And you do, if you say you're going to contact them, you do, just to say, I think we're different or whatever. But seriously, that's the first thing you do. You do it in a public place. Yes, if you're paranoid about internet psycho killers, you tell someone where you're going.
Better still, go to your local coffee house where all the waiters know you and tell them you're doing it. I had one coffee shop that they knew that I RSVP dated, and they would go, got one today? I'd go, yep, and they'd check them out for me as well. They'd keep an eye on it, and so I felt completely safe. The most important thing about internet dating is do not be embarrassed that you're doing it.
Yeah, I know, look, younger people particularly, I have interactions with through the comments online, whenever I've mentioned internet dating, they go, oh, that's only for complete losers. If you're younger, I get that you don't need it, but you're going to get to a certain age where you've essentially dated everyone you know.
Well, yeah, I got to the point I dated every single person in my suburb, and I don't travel. So, you know, you go online, order them in. You know, you're sitting in your pajamas, having some pizza, and there you go. There's a whole world of people you haven't met, haven't dated in your social circle, haven't had sex with in your suburb, who are willing to travel and come to you.
One of the best ads for an internet dating site I ever saw was a tram ad, and it actually said, find people your friends haven't dated. Because it gets to a stage where that's really hard to meet someone who hasn't already had it on with your friends.
Yep, yeah.
And the internet is awesome for meeting people who are outside the social circle. At a certain time in your life, inside the social circle is good, but that gets old at a certain point.
And look, as you get older, being in a nightclub with lots of loud music, drugs and alcohol, it's no longer as attractive as it used to be. I know you'll find that hard to believe right now, but it does get to a point where sometimes you just don't feel like going out every single Friday and Saturday night till 4 in the morning to score a root. Yeah,
so, you know, when the time comes, we're here with the advice, okay? Okay. And in fact, I think we will, next week, we'll actually look at some profiles. We've got the laptop out here for research. We'll actually go through some profiles, real profiles from internet dating sites, and we'll do some do's and don'ts.
Yep, yeah. So the first do's and don'ts are don't drink alcohol on that date, do have a coffee, and really read those profiles and use it to your advantage. Use the fact that they've put Aliens vs Predator is their favourite movie, right? Well, do you want to date him? Well, if you like Alien vs Predator, yes.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.